everyone, welcome to this week's video. So today I wanted to sit down and share with you my own little style guide for the feminine style, the feminine romantic style to be specific. So this video is going to be really helpful for you if you're wanting to add romantic elements to your wardrobe, or you're wanting to begin to build your own feminine romantic wardrobe at the beginning of this year. You'll know what to look for at the end of this video. What comes to mind when I think of the feminine romantic style, I think more like soft girl aesthetic, or like that ultra feminine, dreamy, whimsical, but also a hint of the vintage style. I tend to go towards that direction in my personal style as well. And if you find yourself liking the trends like the romantic academia, the cottagecore, Regency core, it's more than likely that you do love the romantic feminine style. So this video will definitely be for you. The very first thing that comes to mind when I think of the feminine romantic style and something that you can do to really reflect that style and get that incorporated into your wardrobe is by looking out for floral patterns. The type of floral pattern, whether it's like a large dreamy floral print or maybe like a small ditzy floral print to get more of a girly look, there are all sorts of different floral patterns out there, but really just keeping an eye out for some type of floral pattern to add to your wardrobe is a really good idea if you do want to add more of the romantic feminine style to your wardrobe. So since we're in the winter season right now, I thought I'd show you an example of a really pretty floral print that I love wearing in the colder season. So this is an example of a smaller floral print. It's actually more like a medium size. I just like how it's included in a classic clothing item like a blazer. I also like that the floral pattern is on a soft neutral, that cream color. It just makes it really easy to wear a piece like this and style it with other things in my wardrobe. So I've been wearing this blazer recently with this dress. Actually, this is a dress from Anthropologie. It's a sweater dress, and it has just a really pretty look to it with the blazer styled on top of it, but that floral print really just softens it up even more. Even though the dress itself is very feminine with the cream color, very light and airy, throw this on top of it and it still gives a comfortable wintry look about it, but the floral print is there. Like, I just like that floral print to be there somewhere. Floral prints is just something that I've noticed about my wardrobe. I kind of do it subconsciously. I don't even think about it. I just look for floral prints. I want to keep the attention on the floral print blazer, but I want to go ahead and finish styling this outfit for you. So I did include these lace-up boots, which I think is another feminine detail, that lace-up style. A little bit of a vintage touch to the outfit, and also the cream base keeps it light. But then I did also include floral earrings, which these ones are actually a little bit more for like date nights, but I thought it would be a really cute accessory to include into this outfit since I'm trying to focus on more floral style items that you can include in your wardrobe. Even if you just wanted to include it in the form of jewelry, I think that's a really great way to go as well. But just keeping an eye out for those florals in any way that fits your style will really help you achieve a more feminine, light wardrobe. And just like the floral earrings, another way that I found myself wearing floral prints in the winter season has actually been in the form of tennis shoes. So I only have one other pair of floral print tennis shoes, but this is one of my more recent finds or more recent additions to my wardrobe, and it's just like a really cute pair of floral print tennis shoes. And I literally wear this with dresses, with pants. Actually, one of my favorite outfits that I recently discovered is with I have an old pair of Old Navy jeans, and then they just look really cute with the tennis shoes, with the floral print tennis shoes. I think it just kind of adds a little bit of that girly style to it, but it's still adding that floral print in there somewhere. I kept this outfit very neutral and then added just a hint of the florals. So I styled the jeans with this sweater. I really love this sweater. It's called their Romance Cable Knit Sweater, and I love it for the name almost, but I actually find myself wearing this quite a bit. It just has a cozy feeling about it, and I love cable knit styles. And I actually styled this little detachable collar on top of it. I just wanted to add a little bit more detail to the outfit, and I really, really love this collar. I haven't worn it in a while, so I wanted to pull it out. It's adding a little bit of those vintage details that I like in my outfits. It's a very wearable outfit, very comfortable, very much a winter outfit for me right now. I just love how floral prints can really change up the look depending on what your style is. So in this case, I think the shoes make it a little bit more girly. And then with this outfit, I was just thinking finishing up the look will look so cute with the pink plaid coat. So definitely like an ultra girly look after you add that in, but I just love how you can go for something as subtle as floral print tennis shoes to really bring in a feminine side to your outfit. So just find the way that floral prints fit into your style and your wardrobe, and it will come together. You'll eventually figure it out if you haven't already. It just took me a while to figure out how I wanted to wear the floral prints. I kind of wear them in everything. The blazer and the tennis shoes I think are a little bit more of a lighter feminine approach, but when I think of romantic florals, I often think of larger floral prints like watercolor, that style. So I even think of more like the moody colors as well. And this is a really good example of a more romantic style floral print that I have in my wardrobe. This is a dress that I ended up purchasing off of my NUULY rentals, and I use this for more like date nights and more special occasions, and I just love it because I feel myself in this dress, just very romantic and girly at the same time. I'm actually thinking about wearing this for Valentine's Day, so I'm thinking about styling it up with my tights, my brown ankle boots, and then wearing my pink Santini coat on top of it, just to kind of get a little bit of that pink going in the outfit, but then keeping that moody, dark, romantic color scheme going in with this dress with the floral prints. Just very, very much my style. So those are a couple examples of how I have been adding floral prints into my wardrobe. I could give you so many more examples because I feel like floral prints, it is the dominant print in my wardrobe. I just feel like if you add and keep an eye out for floral patterns, you'll have a good start to getting that more feminine look in your wardrobe and in your style. Something else to keep an eye out for if you were looking to add feminine elements to your wardrobe is looking for pieces that have hints of lace on them, whether it's very extravagant or just very minimal. It really just depends on what your style is and what you want to reflect. But going for details like lace, even crochet, embroidery, and a lot of those like eyelet style pieces can really give a more feminine look to your outfit and to your style. An example of the eyelet style that I recently added to my wardrobe is this shirt jacket, which, by the way, I do not normally think of shirt jackets as very feminine, but this one I think is, because it has that cream color, it has the little eyelet detailing along the collar. I personally think that the feminine style is very wearable and cozy, depending on the pieces that you go for. And this is a really good example of a very wearable piece. It's just eyelet trimming along the collar line. It just kind of adds a little bit of femininity to a piece like this. And actually I styled it with this little lace embroidered crop top just to kind of add in that detail of the feminine style. I even tied this into a little bow, like it's just keeping to that lighter color scheme as well. But I styled both these pieces with my wool trousers, which is definitely more of like a vintage style piece. Styled all these together with a pair of very sophisticated, elegant shoes, my SARAHFLINT black heels, and in order to finish styling up this outfit for you, I went ahead and included a cape coat, which I think is very timeless. It's a beautiful piece to keep an eye out for, and they don't have to be super expensive. This is actually a very affordable cape coat, and I love it, especially since this outfit is a little bit more layered up anyway. It makes it easy to throw on a piece like this because this isn't something that I would wear if it was like snowing or something. It's definitely a little bit of a lighter layering piece, but it's perfect to finish this look off. This outfit is a really good example of a little bit more of a casual approach to including feminine details into your outfit, like the eyelet trimming. Finding it in a shirt jacket just is not what I expected, and I'm so happy that I came across this piece because it's proven to be one of my most worn pieces this winter season, and it just makes me really happy. Another type of embellishment that I've noticed is very evident in my wardrobe is the embroidery. I have so many pieces that have a lot of that embroidery going on, and this is a really good example. This is a white dress that has all sorts of floral embroidery all over it. It's very detailed, almost like bridal in a way, but it's still like that. It's still wearable. I still like to wear it as an everyday dress just because it makes me feel so romantic and feminine. This dress is ultra feminine, but just even things like the scoop neckline, even included into the back of the dress, but it also has just so much embroidery at the bottom of the dress. I think that embroidery just really adds detail and depth. One of my favorite ways to style up dresses in the winter season is just by styling it with a cardigan. And this is a really good example of one of my favorite cardigans at the moment that I've been wearing with everything because it has that like hourglass, it's like a fit and flare style. It's longer, but it just looks so pretty on anything, and it really gives you a nice silhouette. I think that this cardigan really complements the dress. It brings the detail of the dress to life without distracting too much from it. Like even if I went for a cream cardigan and kind of kept the look very neutral, and then just to complement the whole look, I'm currently renting this fringe coat from NUULY. I rented it in a size medium first, and I went ahead and went down to a size small, and I really, really love the fit of this one. It's from Bagley Mishka, and I love this coat so much. I love that you have this like trendy detail of the fringe on the coat, but I just really liked how it looked layered on top of the cardigan, the dress, and the boots. Like everything just works very well together, and I feel like I'm not losing the detail of the embroidery at the bottom of the dress. So even how you style your embroidery pieces, so much to think about, including those eyelet styles, embroidery styles, but also looking for lace. Looking for lace in pieces is one of my favorite things to do, especially thrift shopping, because you can find beautiful lace pieces. An example of one that I found this past year is this cashmere sweater with the lace style neckline. The outfit possibilities with a piece like this have been endless for me. I have worn this so much this past season. It's by far my favorite piece I think I've ever thrifted. But just to give you an outfit idea, I have this Reformation slip dress in this really pretty cream color. I love when you do like that monochrome cream look, because I feel like there's something so elegant and expensive looking about an outfit like that, going for monochrome tones. So I styled this sweater on top of the slip dress just to kind of give it like a midi dress look, or like a midi skirt. And then just to kind of add a little bit more of that vintage touch that I like to add to my outfits, I included these lace-up boots. And then I went for my cream coat again, because I just love how this looks with all the cream tones mixed in. This is probably one of my favorite examples of how you can subtly include lace into your outfit. I feel like when you say lace, people always think of like a lace dress or something that is very extravagant and expensive, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be something very, very minimal. Although I do love full out lace dresses, I don't think that in order for the piece to look very feminine and soft, it doesn't have to be a full lace piece. It can be just simple things like lace trimming along the neckline like this. Another type of feminine embellishment in clothing that you could keep an eye out for is the ruffling. Ruffling can be tricky because for me, like I don't want it to put weight on me. I've noticed that with some of the ruffle styles that I've gone for in the past. I like to make sure it's still flattering. If that makes sense. Like I don't want it to be so ruffly and extravagant that I just lose my entire figure. So this is an example of a dress that I recently added to my wardrobe that I'm really excited to wear in the springtime, because this is literally like the perfect amount of ruffling. I don't want it to be too much. I feel like it's just right. So obviously this is a little bit more of a dramatic example of ruffling. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as this, but I feel like it's just a really good example that I have of something in my wardrobe that reflects that ruffling detail. But how I've been wearing this in the winter has just been with like a fuzzy cardigan. I have this pink, light pink fuzzy cardigan with bow buttons on it, and when I'm feeling like the ultra girly look for the day, this has been the outfit that I've been loving. Just puts me in the best mood, especially when we're in like the dreary January season. It's fun to throw on a girly dramatic dress like this. All of these details like the ruffling, the lace detail, the eyelet styles, even things like scallop trimming or even like scoop necklines or square necklines. All of those extra feminine details will really enhance your style and just give it a little bit more of that softer feminine look. When it comes to the feminine style, I feel like making sure that you have a waist when possible, try and include it when you can. Because I feel like with my style, I found that very helpful, having that fit and flare silhouette. I think that it's very, very feminine and really brings in that softer look to your outfits. Actually, a really good example of this hourglass silhouette and a piece that I have in my wardrobe that really reflects that is actually this cardigan. It has that really brought in waist style, like it's just styled in a way that really emphasizes your waist and then kind of flares out a little bit at the hips. It just gives a really pretty silhouette, and I love it styled with my dresses, but I really like how it looks styled with that with the sheer turtleneck underneath it, and then I'll just wear it with trousers, and it's just a very simple look, but there's just something about that fit and flare silhouette that really enhances the outfit. And I even went as far as to add like little soft details to the outfit. Like for instance, the little hair bow, I included that into the outfit just to kind of add in a little bit of that girly detail that I love to include. Kind of gives a little bit of that romantic academia aesthetic to the outfit, but something as simple as this can really soften your outfit and make it look more feminine. And actually, a really good example of this is the dress that I'm wearing right now. It has that fit and flare silhouette, so it really is broad in at the waist, nice and fitted but comfortable style on the top, and then you have that flare out at the hips. But you can also achieve that by adding in a belt to something. So for instance, I even went as far as to adding a belt in with this one, even though it is a fit and flare style. It just fits into the whole style of the dress very well, so I just styled a belt with it. And then since you have that balance in the outfit, you could always style something cozy and oversized on top of it. For instance, I just styled it up with my fringe coat that I'm renting at the moment from NUULY, and I love this look. It's very laid back and soft, but there's still that fit and flare aspect to the outfit that really keeps that balance. One of my favorite ways, and probably one of the easiest ways to add the feminine style to your wardrobe, is by going for soft pink colors or just rose colored items. Pink is my favorite color, so it's everywhere in my wardrobe. I mean, it's just the majority of my wardrobe aside from my basic colors, like the neutral colors. But I have been noticing with my style, to get that more soft girl aesthetic, that Pinterest aesthetic, I've noticed that those softer pink colors have really been the best color to suit my skin tone and my style. This is a dress that I thrifted, and actually the dress that I shared before is a little bit more of a paler pink. This one is a little bit more of like a blush dusty rose pink. It has a really pretty undertone. In a way that I think makes it really wearable in the winter is it's just styled with an oversized cardigan. So if I wanted to go along with that whole pink hue theme, I could do my pink. I have two pink cardigans behind me on my clothing rack that I could style with this dress, or I could go for like a neutral. But I just feel like this is a really good example of the shade of pink that I personally love. I like it to be a little bit warm, although I do appreciate those pale pinks as well. But having a hint of pink somewhere in your wardrobe, I think, can really add the feminine aesthetic to your style. It doesn't have to be a statement like what I love. It can be something a little bit more subtle, like even if it's just a handbag or a piece of jewelry. So if you're just beginning to add the feminine style to your wardrobe and you just don't know where to start, the best place to start is actually by going for neutral colors and softer neutral colors. Hopefully you won't make the mistake as I did. I went for all of the bold pieces first, like all the floral patterns, and I found myself having all these beautiful statement pieces without really having a way to wear them because I didn't have my neutral base built up in my wardrobe. So the past year I had really been focusing on adding in more neutral colors to my wardrobe. And my favorite neutral color is the cream and ivory shades. I find myself wearing those the most in my style. Just to give you an example of how to add neutrals into your wardrobe, a really good example right now is actually just a plain white sweater. I think is just the best way to go. Honestly, I get so much wear out of a piece like this. This is a sweater from Free People. It's oversized. It's actually quite unflattering. It's so chunky and oversized, but I just find myself loving this sweater, even though it has no shape to it whatsoever. Having something like this to start off with has been a huge help for me, actually. The way that I find myself wearing this now is styled on top of my dresses. So of course, like the really pretty embroidery dress, I will throw it on top of that. And then just to kind of give myself a figure, since I do feel like my figure is completely lost in this outfit and can be a little bit unflattering, I love to style it up with a belt. So this is another neutral, like a nice classic belt. This is one from Anthropologie, and I just wrap it around my waist, and you can do like a little bow, add a little bow detail to make it a little bit more feminine. I found myself this past year loving the cream and caramel combination. I just feel like it's so inviting and easy to style, especially since you're working with neutrals. It's just a very easy combination. So I will do the brown belt around the waist, and then I have a pair of boots that matches the color of that belt perfectly. It's almost like a cottagecore outfit. That's what I'm getting from this one. I'm getting that very relaxed, cozy home look from this outfit, but it's still something that you can wear with a coat style on top of it. As much as I love the cream colors and the softer neutral colors, I do love black. I think that black has its place in the feminine style, and I have quite a selection of black in my wardrobe actually. But this is the thing, I find myself wearing black more for special occasion. I'm not sure why that is. It's just, I feel like that's just how my style has ended up being. So for example, a really pretty feminine dress that is in black is this dress. This is actually one that I think is really great for, that will be great for more of like a spring summer date, but it's very easy to style a coat with this and make it wearable for the fall and winter as well. Just depends on where you live. In my area it would work, but I know it wouldn't work for everybody. But I just felt like this was a really good example of how you can wear those darker colors as well. I don't think that the feminine style is limited to just the lighter colors. I think it's just a style preference. One of my favorite things to add to my wardrobe that reflects the feminine romantic style is things like vintage details. Timeless pieces have a place in the feminine style. It just has an aesthetic about it. And I know like the whole cottagecore trend, the romantic academia trend, they have a lot of those vintage details included into them, so it's a really fun way to bring them back into your style. I say bring them back, but I feel like they've just always been there in my style and I just didn't realize it. So like, for instance, things like these lace-up shoes, they have that vintage inspired look about them, but they're so wearable and they're some of my most worn pieces in my wardrobe. Vintage inspired jewelry, it doesn't actually have to be vintage jewelry, it could just be jewelry that's inspired by vintage styles. A good example of like a vintage inspired outfit that I have in my wardrobe would be this one. This is just a classic oversized white shirt, very comfy, but this is very classic, just a simple white shirt that you can tuck into a skirt, pants. I decided to style this with my wool pants for the sake of this outfit, but when you include a vintage inspired piece like this corset top, this actually even has like lace-up detailing in the back. So it has that like corset look. The lace-up detail I think is very vintage inspired, but adding in a piece like this to this outfit with the wool trousers, and it's just like adding in little hints of vintage details to the outfit. Even with the shoes, I feel like they have a little bit of that look about them too that's very timeless. I do appreciate that these are more neutral colors and it's in a tweed style, so it really fits into the winter style. The fabric and details like that are definitely important, but I love the structure of this and just the look that I get from it is definitely a bit of that cottagecore once again, and almost a little bit towards the academia style as well. I could even take something as simple as, say, the dress that I'm wearing right now, this cream sweater dress, and just pair it with my gray lace-up boots. Add a little hint of a vintage detail into the outfit and you've got such a timeless look. It's very simple. It does not have to be as detailed as, say, the previous outfit with the corset top. You do not have to put as much effort in as the outfit would take. This is just something as simple as adding in lace-up boots. Or even if I just include a piece of vintage jewelry into the outfit, it really just makes a big difference when you add those hints, those details. And then a really good example of a dress that I'm currently renting right now from my NUULY rentals is this dress. I just feel like it was a really good example of like a vintage inspired dress. And it's this crochet knit style sweater dress. This is beautiful. Everybody was saying that this dress ran large, so I made sure to size down, and extra small was all that they had left of this dress because this dress is very popular at the moment with it being the winter season and all. I even like the uneven hem. I don't know that that's necessarily a vintage detail, but I feel like the dress, the whole color of it and the crochet detailing just makes it look very homemade and vintage. I feel like there's something about it that has a timeless look about it. So I wanted to include adding girly accessories to your outfit to really make it more feminine, because I feel like it's a detail that I personally overlooked in the past. Something as simple as a sash and a bow in the back, or maybe hair bow, or even just soft feminine jewelry. It doesn't have to be super girly, but I just find bows to be a really good example of adding in girly accessories to your outfit. I also have noticed bow details on clothing. Like, for example, I have this crochet cardigan, extremely wearable and timeless piece, but you have these bow details on the cardigan that really make it much more feminine. Like, I love that it has the crochet detailing because it has that little bit of that vintage look to it, but the little bows I think really makes it fit into the more feminine style. And I think that this is a really good example of that, of what I'm trying to explain with the bows and ribbon, how it doesn't have to be super extravagant. I think that the bow definitely has its place in the feminine style, especially if you have a tendency to love the more girly style. The girly romantic, feminine romantic, it definitely has its place in my opinion, and it certainly does in my style. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention that I think is so important when you are looking to transition to a more feminine wardrobe, or you're just trying to discover more pieces that will give you that type of look, I think it's really important to make sure that you're investing in quality basics. And when I say invest, it does not have to be super expensive. I have found incredible pieces thrifted, and I do a lot of my thrift shopping on Poshmark and The Real Real. You just have to know what to look for. You need to look for those lace detailing, those feminine embellishments that I've mentioned before, those like eyelid details, classic silhouettes. My most worn basics include things like a simple white dress. Like for instance, I'm literally wearing that today. And I wear those embroidered maxi dresses a lot year round. I also wear white sweaters. For instance, this white cable knit sweater, I wear white sweaters nonstop. My collection is growing, and they don't have to be super expensive pieces. I will thrift a lot of white sweaters. I can certainly save up for things and invest in those basics, but I have also found that you can find them at more affordable prices as well, as long as you know the styles to look for. So that is what I have for you for my style guide for today. I'd like to continue to add to this as my style develops and as I learn more, but I just wanted to share what I've been learning so far, and hopefully this will be helpful for you if you have been stuck on a couple things, you just aren't quite sure what to look for. These are things that you can definitely be thinking about, and I feel like have been a really big help for me as far as my style has been developing, and I hope it will be for you too. I would love to know if you have something to add to this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you very soon in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. Bye.